Today's video is all about time management. I'm going to be sharing two really simple exercises with you that are not only going to help you schedule your time more effectively, but they're also going to help you stick to what you're scheduling in. And the way that we do that, firstly, is by getting really specific, and secondly, by breaking it down. So grab your notebooks and let's dive in. Right, so the first exercise that we're going to do is going to help you get laser focused about the way that you're managing your time. So I'm going to explain why we do this, because I think when we understand the why behind the practice that we're learning, it helps really motivate us to actually do the work to get that practice really ingrained. You know, we can watch a video like, woohoo, time management exercises, like, oh, that was a great video. But unless we feel really motivated to take on the practices and to be doing the practices each day, we're not going to make that change. So I would say that when creatives come to work with me, the biggest mistake that they make when they're coming to work with me on their time management, it's like they bring this whole cloth, and this whole cloth is stitched. And all of these stitches are like all of the components of their day, like their job and their family life and their recreation and their wind down time and meetings and projects. So they bring this whole cloth to me and they want to unstitch it and restitch it and make it absolutely perfect so that their time management is perfect. So first of all, there's no specificity. There's all of the things on their cloth. And so without that specificity, we're not going to be able to make change. And secondly, they're not breaking it down. They want to make change all at once. And that's why we really struggle with time management. And these exercises are designed to make sure that you're no longer making that mistake. So first of all, we want to get really specific about the way that we're currently managing our time, and then really specific about how we want to manage our time. But we also want to break it down, because we can't unstitch everything and then stitch everything at once. We've got to look at this very specific place that we start to unstitch, and from there we create like this little sort of successful pattern or habit, and then we can start to expand from there. If we try to do everything at once, we are already setting ourselves up for a really massive challenge, and it's really not going to last. And that's often why we fall off the wagon, and that's why we think that time management is a lot harder than it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do with you is a visualization, and then we're going to do a couple of journaling prompts just to bring all of this together. So the visualization that I do, and I really love this one, I find this one so useful, is to get my clients to imagine themselves in what I call a time vortex. So you're going to want to close your eyes for this one. Now, it might be that you want to just listen through for the first time and then you want to go back and actually take part in the video, or you're good to go now. You literally just pause, get yourself ready, get your notebook ready, get yourself comfortable, and then closing your eyes and let me guide you through the visualization part of the exercise. So just getting comfortable where you are with your eyes closed, just taking a deep breath in and then let that breath go. And so you're going to see yourself in what I refer to as a time management vortex. So right now you've got everything spinning around you. You're floating in space. There's nothing beneath your feet. There's nothing all around. And you might even get a sense of like planets or stars spinning or floating all around you. So when you're in this time management vortex, you're really getting a sense of how your time management currently feels. So when you think of the way that you manage your time currently, what is this experience of being in that vortex? Is it that things start to spin all around you? Suddenly there just seem like there's loads of planets and loads of stars and you're really struggling to manage them? Like, I really want for you to get a sense of the feeling of your current experience of your time management. So you're feeling it in your body, but you're also experiencing the sense of it. Maybe your time management feels really overwhelming, but that is expressed in the body as a sense of like something going really fast or something being quite heavy and impossible. So you're really focusing in on the exact feelings of your experience of your current time management. And you really want to get it to a place where you're experiencing it as powerfully as possible. Keep breathing as you're feeling and experiencing your current way of time management. Now, with this feeling all around you, I want for you to imagine that you now come to stand on something. So you're still in this vortex and you've still got a sense of things around you and the experience of your time management, but your 2 feet are now grounded on something. There's some solid substance beneath your feet. Now, the physical space that you find yourself resting on, it can take any form. It can take any color. It might be a shape. It might be something even that's moving, but you're physically on it. So your feet are resting on this platform or on this ground or on this foundation. So really get a sense that in all of this big job or big effort of time management, all of the things that need to be done, all of the projects that are calling for your attention, you're standing on one specific area, you're in one specific place. And so I want for you now to really imagine that you, on this space, have found a place of solidity, have found a place of calm, have found a place to rest, have found a place where you feel productive, where you feel in control. And you're really just imagining this space that you're standing. And it's a space where you can relax. It's a space where you can just breathe out and just feel like everything's under control. And I want for you to get a sense, if there was one thing in your life right now that was under control, one project, one area of your life, if it just felt stable, secure, well managed, you felt like your commitment to it was solid, you felt like you could consistently show up in this one area of your life and get the work that you need to get done. So I want for you to choose this one place that you're standing in the whole of your life and all of the things that need your time management attention. This one thing that you're like, yeah, if I could get that, if I could just get that under control, oh my God, it would make all of the difference. So you're really getting a sense of that one thing. If you could just get it settled, it would be your place to come to stand and to come to rest. So once you're clear of that, just take a deep breath in and let that go. Okay, so you're ready to open your eyes. So what we've done is we've given ourselves some space and some guidance to get a sense of how our time management currently feels. We've become aware in that area. We've also given ourselves some space and some time to explore what one thing would make the difference. So rather than that whole tapestry of all of the things that need to be done, we've chosen one thing. If we could just unpick that one area and stitch it the way that we want, we can then begin to build from that place. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a couple of minutes to journal. If you need more time, fine, just pause the video, go on, and then come back and join me when you're done. But just for today's exercise, I'm going to be with you for the next couple of minutes and we can journal together. So I want you to take 2 minutes and I want for you to firstly just describe the experience of that time management vortex. Like, what was it like for you? Was it that there was so much going on? What was the feeling like? So again, you're really getting clear of that vortex that you find yourself in. And then you also want to journal on that experience of the solid ground. Like, what was that one thing that when you came to rest in that place, like, if I could just get that organized, it would make a real difference. So we're going to go for 2 minutes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you like a minute halfway through. So spend the first minute just brainstorming. What was that time management vortex like? And then you're going to start to explore that one area that when you got that under control, or when you get that under control, it's just going to make all the difference. So off you go. That's halfway, so moving on to the second half of the exercise. If you need more time, just press pause. Okay, so finishing that one off. So here's where we start to get really specific. We're getting very clear about how our time management experience currently is, because when we find ourselves in that time management vortex, we want to be really aware because we want to start to be able to make change. And so we've gotten really specific on this one area. If we can start to make change in this one area, it's going to make all of the difference. And so now we break it down, and I want for you to start by breaking it down into a 15-minute chunk. So you are literally going to look at what you can do every day for 15 minutes that's going to enable you to maintain control in this one specific area. So what do I mean? Right, for example, when I first decided that I was going to leave my job, I was managing a retreat for writers and start my own business, there were many, many things that I needed to do, many things that I needed to learn. And of course, one of them was how to manage my time. I needed to make sure that I was doing everything that I needed to get done, running my business, but also to make sure that I was working on my own creative writing projects. I will say that the most important thing that enabled me to start my business, keep it going, remain consistent and manage my time was one practice that I had right at the beginning, and it was absolutely non-negotiable. And it was a practice of writing for 15 minutes a day. I was like, if I can get that done every day, I know that I am building a really powerful routine. And so that's where I started to break it down. Now, that wasn't the only thing I did every day, obviously, but it was the one core practice that when I started to develop trust in that area, I could then begin to build it up and build it up. So I want for you to start by breaking it down that simply, by having one 15-minute practice that's going to really enable you to master this one area that you have seen as the one thing that's going to make a difference right now. And that practice is going to help you master it. So again, take a moment to just journal or brainstorm. What can you allocate 15 minutes every day to doing that is going to make a difference with this one specific area that you have identified? So I'm just going to give you a minute. Again, if you need more time, just press pause. But just brainstorm. What can you spend 15 minutes doing that is going to make a difference in this area? Off you go. Okay. So you've now started to get some clarity. You've got the specificity, so you've got the area that you know that if you start managing your time in that area, it's going to really make a difference. And then you're going to be able to build on it, but you're not trying to do it all at once. You are literally trying, breaking it down. You're trying for that first 15-minute portion a day. Now, trust me on this, folks. You don't want to be like, oh my God, 15 minutes, that's nothing. No, I can handle more. I really want for you to start with that 15 minutes, because when you know that you can trust yourself to allocate 15 minutes to do specifically every day one thing that you intend, and every day you're ticking that off, you are going to massively grow your confidence, and you're not going to fall off the wagon, you're not going to lose consistency, and you're not going to have these creative droughts or these periods where you are just wasting your time. You've got this one central place where you're grounded, where you're anchored, and then you continue to build from there. Now, here's the thing. If you think, oh, this does seem a little too simple and I do want more, like I think I'm ready for more, and you want to take your creative practice and your time management practice to the next level, you can check out the link below. I've got a course which is actually going to teach you a 30-minute practice. So it's a 30-minute practice that I run with my clients, I run with writers and entrepreneurs over a 30-day period, where we are literally getting clarity, we are developing our journaling skills to really build that discipline, and we are really getting clear on where our attention is, how we're managing our time, and how we're developing our creative dreams. So check out that link below. But before you head on over there, I want to hear from you. I want to hear what it is that you are committing to. What is that 15-minute practice? What is that one place where if you can get your feet in that central area and stand there and be grounded and anchored, what's going to make that time management seem that little bit easier? Pop it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. What are you going to commit to? What's that one specific area? And in what way are you breaking it down into a 15-minute chunk? Hope you enjoyed these time management exercises. Really great to share this one with you, and wishing you all the best with your creative dreams. I'll see you next week. Take care.